Hello afda students. In this video, I'll show you how I use my two planning guides to create my advertisement for my function machine. So first we need an introduction, and some of the introduction you may have already written on your project planning guide part 1. So I'm going to go to my planning guide part 1 and scroll to the top. Here's where you describe the problem. So I said traffic is a problem in our community that wastes time, and we could use that to play video games or be productive citizens, and it makes people mad. Traffic magic will make more room for our cars. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to put it on my document. You might want to check the margins of your document. I'm going to go to File and Page Setup. And you can change your margins to something smaller, like I like to make mine 0.5. And then I'm going to paste that there. I'm not sure why this G is capital, but we'll fix that. All right. And then I kind of need like an introduction, and that's why I put in tired of sitting in traffic all day, just to really draw people in. Okay, and then we can change the font on this one to make it look nice. All right, so I changed the font, but I also added in try traffic magic, a genuine function machine. So I have that there. So I need to get the picture of my function machine, and you may have already made that picture in day 3. So if you go into Schoology and we open Unit 1, in day 3, we had design your function machine. So you can open that, and if your function machine is there, you can copy it, and then you can just paste it in here. But if your function machine is not there, then you can go to Insert, Drawing, New, and you can use the shapes to create your machine. You may not copy a machine from a different image. You cannot copy and paste somebody else's image. You have to create your own machine. And then when you copy your machine over, you might find that you did not have the name of the function on it yet. So if that's the case, what you want to do is double click on your picture, which should open it in the drawing tablet. And then you can create a text box for whatever you want to add to your picture, and then hit save and close. All right, let's see what we need next. We need the description of what your function does in words. So this function here, you need it in words. And I think that I just typed it, but the other thing you could do is you could add a text box. All right, so I need to make sure that I can type next to this. And so one way to do that, if you click on it, underneath it, you can choose this one, wrap text, which will allow you to type next to it. So I can write traffic magic. Okay, and then I want to make it bigger, and I think I changed the font and the color. So I can change the font here, and you can choose whatever you want. I believe the one I was using was called Impact, but you should choose your own fonts. And I can change the color of the font, and then finally I can change the size of the font. Okay, and then I might want to go back to a normal size font for a little bit. All right, so next, what I did was I took the part about being a genuine function machine, and I decided to put this in a flag. You could just type it if you want. Somehow you just want the information to stand out. So I put it in a flag, and I did that in the drawing. So let me open that up. So I went to Insert, Drawing, New, and I chose a flag shape, and you could do it in any shape you like. So going to the shapes, where's the flag shape that I liked? Like that. And then for mine, I didn't fill it, but you could fill it with any color that you want. And I think I changed the outline color to red. And again, you could do it however you want. You can even make the line style thicker, which makes it really stand out like that. And then you can put a text box inside and put information about why your machine is a genuine function machine or why somebody else's is not. Okay, and then you can resize it however you want. And if you need to put something over here, you could choose this text wrapping. I think I'm using this one right now, and that's fine with me. Okay, so next I put the table values, I put the graph, and I put intercept information, and this can be tricky to do. I also use this line here, our results speak for themselves, and you can do that in whatever font you want. Let me try centering that. That works nice. Okay, so now I'm going to need all of this information from my guides. So I'll need the table of values, which is actually on both planning guides. It's on the first one right here. And you should be able to copy the whole thing. So you can highlight it and you can Control-C to copy it. And then over here I can paste it. One problem is, though, that it doesn't really seem to let me put anything around it. So one thing that you could do is you could try to make a picture of this table of values, because then it's easier to move around. In your search bar, if you search for snipping tool, you should be able to find a snipping tool like this. And we're going to try press the Windows Shift and S to snip what's on your screen. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to snip now. Okay, so I'm going to draw a box around it like this. And then what I want to do is copy it. So I'm going to try right here to copy it. And then I'm going to try to paste it. And that's good, because now this is a picture and now I can put stuff around it. So I'm going to delete this one. Okay, and now I have this picture that I can put things around. So I can choose this one, and then I should be able to put something next to it right here, like my graph. Okay, so going back now to get my graph was on my planning guide part 2. And remember, your planning guide part 2 should be in Schoology in day 6 folder. And there's your planning guide part 2. All right, so my planning guide part 2 has my graph right here, and I can right click it and copy it. Okay, And then I also want to make sure that I'm wrapping my text so that I can put more stuff over here. I might need to make it lower so that this stays here. And then lastly, I put this information here. So obviously your information will be different. You won't be able to just copy it, but you can see that you can type it over here. And I have a really weird font right now. I think what I want to do is change my font back to a normal font and a normal size. Okay, and that worked pretty well. Okay, so I want the information about the practical domain and range, and that is also on your planning guide part 2. So let's find that here. Here's my practical domain. Copying that one, and then I'm going to paste it in. Make sure I get below. And then my practical range. I might back up a little bit and put it next to it. All right, and then I need to put something about the inverse mode. So the inverse mode was also on my planning guide part 2. And that's here. Okay, so you don't absolutely have to have everything on one page, but it does look nice to get everything on one page. So I'm looking for places where I can create room for that one page. Right here, my font size is a little bit big, so that helps me move this up right there. Another thing I can do is I can make this a little bit wider and then a little bit shorter, like that. This graph could be a little bit smaller. And so you can see I'm starting to move things up. Unfortunately, this part here, still not moving up. I'll try making this even smaller. And is there any other space I can get rid of? I could make this smaller. And then this one smaller too. So we're getting there. I could decide, I know this isn't how I ended up doing it, but I could decide to put this on the same line. And it's starting to fit now. Okay, and you can decide, I like this size font 10, so I could make this 10 also. And I think I made it red because it was a caution. Okay, so hopefully this video helped you figure out how you can fit things onto your flyer and make sure you have everything. One thing that my flyer is missing that would be good for your flyer is actually the equation here. And so I'm going to go back and get that equation from my planning guide part 2. It's right here. I'm going to copy that. And my inverse equation can go right here. Okay, that's it.